Pop right back in.
I clicked it. It's all good though. I got it. What's going on, everybody? We're just waiting on cleanup to get back, waiting for some people to pop in. Yo, so we are live. We are all good.
Nice.
How you doing, cleanup?
Feeling good. Feeling good. How about you?
Doing all right. Having a decent Monday.
Yeah. Did you enjoy? We took last week off.
Yep. Took last week off because we had Labor Day on Monday, and
Yeah.
had a friend come over that was dealing with some things, and I didn't feel like trying to explain to her I stream at this time, so you're gonna have to go at this time. I didn't want it. Like she was going through some stuff. I was just like, let me just be a homie for a minute.
Be like, I totally get what you're going through, but you gotta go because I got a podcast. So
Yeah, I was
forget
like, it's
about it.
Labor Day, like it's all good.
Yeah.
Friends and family over work a little bit. Obviously you're not gonna do that all the time because you need a job, you need to do something, but every once in a while. But she's good. Everything's good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Monday, good so far. I watched your video yesterday, which was very good.
Thank you.
It's always good to see, the grind back on or whatever. And so um the top mints of this week. The seven, what is it, 739?
Yeah. The
Minted?
or the 793, you mean?
793, yeah, 793.
Yep. So this is just some volume where we can kind of see where we're at. Let me see. Yesterday we had 1.1 million. That's pretty crazy. That's a pretty decent day for not a crazy hype day.
Yeah.
I guess today we had Cardano Thor 793 that you were speaking about, and we
Right.
can actually, let me take this. I was looking at the drapes, the derp apes, because
Yes,
the derps are going crazy lately.
they are. And I originally had some derbs. It was they're like a rabid fan base, man. But yeah, these are at like three. Floor went from like, I guess, yeah, 375 to 380 now, and so
Mint
yeah,
price was around 80.
which
It's what you
is
want to see.
which is what you want to see, especially in this market right now. It's just kind of like, I don't know. I've seen there were a couple rugs, right? There were the rotten ones. That
Appreciate you,
rug.
Arrow.
What's up, Arrow Art?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the rotten one. Wait, rotten ones was a rug as well.
Yeah, they deleted
Okay,
everything,
okay,
which I'm not surprised. I mean, it kind of tanked right from the beginning,
right.
but I mean,
And we
that's
had like two others. I can't even remember.
um people have been wondering what happened with not Havoc World, but it was like the almost like Azuki. It was like right after Havoc World. There was another
Hmm.
one that came out. Man, I wish I could find it.
Utopians was a rug. He said, "Is that the one you're talking about?"
Utopians. No.
But yeah,
Um,
derps are crushing it. Did you see that tweet that I forget? I think the founder put out for derps.
what was it?
It basically just explained why Dirtbirds is so undervalued right now. Let me see. Actually, I think a better way to find it would be to
Because I know people were
Discord.
just like buying the crap out of them. I think, right?
Yeah, there weren't many listed either. So you'll see in this breakdown. The breakdown is actually really cool. Derp birds. It shows like how much is on the floor, how much is needed to bounce the floor to certain levels, stuff like that. But they actually have some really cool things, and this is why in my thumbnail right now I have Pendulum in there. So I don't know if you know this, but Pendulum, Cosmo, and Dirtbirds are gonna have a mint together.
Right.
So yeah, they're gonna be doing like a rebranding. So it'll be
Yeah.
like Dirtbirds version 2.
Yeah, which that was one of the original attributes, right? Was they had a derp? Was it derp?
Yeah, that no, well, Cosmo had some Dirtbird elements in his mint, right?
Right.
Because it came after Derps.
Yes. I
Yeah,
knew they were kind
so
of like, I don't know if it was personal friends or if they were just like friends. I think they handled some of the mint, I want to say. But
maybe
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, but that's pretty cool because so anyways, like in here, you'll see he says Dirtbirds are factually undervalued right now by a lot. And I thought at first it was going to be like a joke because how can you say that it's like factually undervalued, you know? But he explains. He says the 6 projects that are overall better than Derps have an average floor that is 7 times higher. So Dirtbirds were approximately 200 at the time, and the floor price of the other projects were about 1,400. And he made this chart right here, so it's pretty cool. But
Which Makosi is behind Dirtbirds. Goat Tribe is Disco Solaris.
Maybe that's why, because Clumsy Ghosts also had a pretty big bounce in the last few days.
Yeah. But I think, yeah, I mean, as far as I know, they're crushing it right now.
Dude, Disco's above Mutant Crocs?
Yeah. People went crazy over Disco. It was like,
no, I would just imagine that Mutant Crocs were a little bit more OG. They built a lot, you know. I don't know. I would imagine them being a little higher.
The one thing that I am kind of not worried about, but kind of worried about is the dead pixels, right? So they got a game coming out. They just released their coin, which is Ding, which that's a shout out to their mint. Like their mint, if you were ever in there, it was like it would make this ding noise when the next one was up and stuff, and it was like really cool.
It is really cool.
But it's just I figured they would be right up there with Ape Society, Makosi, Clumsy Ghosts, and stuff like that. And I mean, they're up there. Nothing to be not proud of. You know what I mean? Like they're doing great. But man,
I think it's kind of crazy to see Mallard order above old monies. You know what I mean? $2
yeah.
bills, right?
But I mean, people went crazy for Mallard Order.
They did. And the hype is still pretty much there. Like I kind of thought it would die down, and it did. But you know, Mallard Order. Let me see. I think they were still in the top CNFTs this week. Where were they? Yeah, top 10, right there. So they're holding up.
Yeah.
They came out. I think they were like 550 or 600 on the floor first day.
Something like that. Yeah. And they went way high up there. And then Boss Cat Alien Club.
This is the same price they were at, I want to say last week too, though.
Well, look at the wallets, though. They only have 65 holders.
Let me see. 3K NFTs with, oh my, Yeah, that doesn't even seem like, what's the point? There is no diversity there.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's
it's almost like too exclusive.
That's the whole reason why I got a Boss Cat, right? And why I got the land and stuff like that. They're going to have a token or whatever, a coin. But
I mean,
I thought I would take a chance and get a Boss Cat Alien Club
because
I liked the art more than that.
Yeah, like these things really confuse me though. Like, how do you feel about a project having, only 64 people holding 3,000 assets? Like, does that make you feel comfortable, or like if I buy into this, like, at least they're not selling, and it's, or does that make you feel like they control everything? If they want to dump, I'm screwed. They hold everything.
Right. Like he's saying, go to the wallet holder analytics. And so, yeah, wallet holder distribution. Look at that. How many people own one? Click on the chart over there. Or, yeah, over there.
Own one. 22 people
22.
own one. And that's huge. Like, it's a large percentage.
Right.
In comparison. And then how many people hold two? Just 2 to 10? 11 to 20 holders hold
one.
Or no, wait, one person holds between 11 and 20.
Right.
And then that many people, 30 people own 20 or more.
That's That's too much, bro. Like,
That is too much. They're basically setting the price. Like if
right. That's why it's
this was
3,500.
balanced, this would be like 1,000 or lower if this
And I
was
can't.
balanced.
Here's the thing: I can't buy one for 3,500, man. I don't think anybody's gonna buy one for 3,500.
Well, that's that. I think that's what happens when you have only that many people holding that many assets. Is you just have them control the price. I guarantee you, some of them talk to each other.
Bro, that's crazy. That's crazy. I thought the mint would have been different. It kind of changes my outlook on holding a boss cat. Like, to be quite honest with you,
Yeah, I don't. How were they? They were distributed to people who held what? It was like 20 boss cats or more, or like
it's like a
top 10 holders or
boss
something.
cat, a rocket, and I think maybe some land or something like that, you know. But now it's kind of like, and you can't sell a boss cat right now because it's at like 700, right?
Yeah. But we do have Cardano Thors on the top one.
Which is good.
So 80,000 today. That's pretty good. Yeah.
Shout out to
Only
Cardano Thor. You know what I mean? That's
yeah, only
awesome.
671. That's not true. Minted? I don't think that's true. Let's go to policy ID. Go to let's see. I guess so. I thought there'd be 793. Maybe some of them are for giveaways.
I mean, possibly, yeah. I don't. It's
That
his
might be it.
project. You know, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Dude, I didn't know when I first saw it that it's actually a launch pad. So when I was
Is it?
reading through it and I made the video, I was like, oh, cool, he's doing a launch pad. Because at
Which,
first, I thought it was going to be, just similar to Block is Hots, which it kind of is, but he's doing some other things too.
yeah. So a launch pad essentially is like people pay like a premium or something like that to get coins released early or projects released early um, on there. And so it's almost like for a project, it's like you're guaranteed to sell this many right at the start. You know what I'm saying? And so it's kind of like what you're doing, almost like with a whitelist or whatever. You're giving people whitelist spots and stuff like that. But I think it's more along the lines of like there's actual money transacted
Yeah, it
for
seems
benefit of the project.
like a bit more of an endorsement than what I do.
Right.
It seems like like we've talked with this project, we've talked with these founders, we think that they're legit. We're going to be working with them. We're going to put our name on it, their name on it. Whereas I'm just kind of like, do your own research. Here you go. Here's some spots. You do what you want to do with them.
Men, if you want to. Yeah.
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 Dior, Dior, Dior. Dude, that song is such a banger.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
so congratulations to Thor. We'll move on from there, but definitely had to cover that. That's probably that's my mint of the week. I think that's that project can continue to do well for sure.
Yeah.
And then
I mean, I hope it does. Yeah. Because I mean, he's Dirtbirds 289.
yeah, sorry I cut you off a little bit.
No, you're fine. I'll talk. Whenever it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
But
no,
yeah,
Dirtbirds partnering with Cosmos. So let's see, did Pendulum actually get a boost from that?
I don't know. I don't think so.
It doesn't look like it.
No.
And Pendulum NFTs can also be staked, is what Derp said. So yeah, we got sidetracked over here. We got to finish this.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm just getting sidetracked too. So this means the risk of buying a Dirtbird is extremely low compared to buying other projects. And we are objectively, the seventh best project with the floor price that is 1/7 of the average of the others. So that was basically what he was doing to say that it's undervalued. And then let's see, go down. Diamond hands. What is this? So now, taking the above into consideration, along with the fact that there are nearly no derps listed for sale. Okay, so this is where we get into how many derps are listed. So if you look at that, they're second in place for the least amount listed.
Right.
Which is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And then Makasi and Naru's and Dead Pixels, old money. That's pretty cool to see too.
Yeah.
I actually really like these lists. Okay. No, that's cool. I had to look at it for a minute. That's cool. All right. And then, so here's some fun facts. This is what I found interesting too. To get to 2 times the floor, which was at 200 at the time of recording this, so on the 10th, 70 NFTs, and that would equal 20K ADA. So 20,000 ADA would double the floor. 66,000 ADA would 5x the floor, and then 104,000 would 10x the floor, which, if you think about it, is crazy. Because I mean, you go to like, look, you have 1.14 million total volume. If like the amount of volume that comes in during mints when it's hype and peak volume, I mean, you could have a tenth of that and 10x the floor. That's pretty crazy.
Right. Which is nuts.
Yeah, and that's on derps who have more. I think they have what, 10K assets? Yeah, 10K assets. That's big, and they've already done 1.9 million in volume.
Which is good. I mean, dude, if you hit that 1 mil, like you're doing well. If you hit that 1 mil, like that's a top tier project, you know, to be quite honest. Like it's gonna be a good project, I think. So
yeah, it's kind of crazy that some projects do 1 mil in their first like 2-3 days minting, right?
Right.
And it's like, dude, some of these projects been here a while begging for that 1 mil spot, and you just kind of did it in a day. It's kind of crazy. But and then we'll
kind of nuts. Yeah, Dave's a very smart guy.
Dave's awesome. The whole Dirt team is just so smart in general.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is where they talk about it. So some of the catalysts would be they're going to serve as a launch pad as well, starting with partner staking. And there will be 4 projects, 2 of which would be Pendulum and Zombie Chains.
Which Zombie Chains is cool. Like the artist for Zombie Chains is pretty legit. Like he's got a really nice style.
Yeah,
really nice style.
And then in order to earn these staking rewards, you need to own a derp. So I think this post was probably the reason why it started going crazy.
Okay.
But and then if we continue, there have been 12 projects that asked to participate in the staking platform, but for now they only want to work with 5. So it just kind of shows their demand and how, you know, they're not lacking. With the partner staking NFT, will provide utility, and the holders can earn derp. So, and then the projects we partner with will also provide more NFTs for the raffle shop. So I guess that's what you use your derp coins for, those raffles. And then the most common reason for owning a derp. So this is what they're talking about with Pendulum coming up. They kind of agree that some people may not like their artwork. I personally think their artwork's fine. I mean, give it back. You know, it's, man, like, art is supposed to be different. I don't care that it looks stupid. Like, it's unique still. It's not like it's like stupid and like cringy or overdone or copied. You know, it's your own thing. I think the art's fine. But to each their own. But as a smart business owner, you know, you're going to try everything you can to get more people in. So what they're going to try to do is Dirtbirds 2.0, which, you know, they're going to have Cosmo, which, you know, I know you love Cosmo. You're the one who got me into the project. So
I do love Cosmo. He's good. He's a good guy. Very good guy.
I like his views on life. He was a cool dude.
So the stuff that he can do is pretty amazing. Like he's done collabs, like one-offs and stuff like that to try to win contests and stuff like that. And it's pretty freaking amazing. Like the stuff that he can do. And they came out with a trailer. Most recently, Dirtbirds did. I think they came out with a trailer today, and I watched it. It was pretty cool. It's not like voiced over, but it's like subtitled, and they're making, you know, noises come out. It looks pretty cool. What's up?
Yeah. Yo, what's up, Ninja? Where was the trailer? Was it in their Discord?
No. Just go to the Dirtbirds, like actual Dirtbirds thing, and it should be.
Maybe it's in here.
Yeah, keep going. It's got to be in there somewhere. Where did it go? Hold on.
How long ago was this?
It had to have been recent.
What is this? Have their own brand of beer? Wait, is this a joke?
Oh, and then Boss Linda is getting into dirt birds, which Boss Linda is like a whale in the space.
Okay.
I don't know if you knew that, but yeah,
No, I'm actually not familiar with a lot of the whales. I need
yeah,
to get my game
he's
up.
kind of a
Take
whale
that.
in space.
Dude, one of these days, I'm just gonna be laser focused. I'm gonna go into NFT Seeker once they have like the whale watcher thing
Yeah.
implemented, and I'm just gonna start looking at all of these people's wallets and just copying them. I'm gonna go crazy with it. I think it'd be pretty cool for like a YouTube video too. I thought about doing like a what if I only copied Cardano Thor's recommendations and like
Oh
took a
yeah.
small amount of money and like only
Yeah.
copied what Cardano Thor did and like did a video on it. I think that'd be kind of funny.
Yeah, no, that would be cool. Like, oh, I'm gonna take the recommendations and run with it and then see what happens, you know?
I don't have like a whole lot of money to do it, so maybe I'll just do like paper trading with it, but it'd still be a pretty fun idea.
Right. Like if I took, 1,000 ADA or something like that and decided to do it,
Yeah, blindly listen to your favorite YouTuber.
yeah, what would happen?
But yeah, so if you had your own brand of beer, could happen one day. Pay with derp burp.
I mean, that paint it with dirt, paint his beer with dirt.
They look like Red Bulls, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah,
They
and
look
yeah,
like energy drinks.
yeah, they do.
I'm
It's
a
kind
fan.
of burp. So these guys, yeah, they're generally pretty cool. I do like dirt birds.
Do you have anything you're looking forward to this week?
Man, not really. Like just okay, so this week started out well, like last week really was pretty tumultuous, right? I actually not many people know, like you are pretty much the only person that knows, but yeah, I ended up not having a job last week, and
Sorry to
so
hear that, man.
yeah, times are tough, and so um, at my job, I was in management, and there was some people that were underneath me that struggled with compliance and other things like that. And essentially, me as a manager, I took the fall for it. It was a department that I wasn't uh, originally in charge of. I took over the department for about 2 weeks, and then at the end of the 2 weeks, they met with me and they were just like, these are the compliance issues. There's a 55% error rate doing this, that, and the other, which causes, member impact or customer impact. They have to come back in and sign new forms or do whatever. And so we're just like going to let you go or whatever. And so it was disheartening. I felt like it was one of the pettiest things that I've ever experienced. Like,
Well, I was thinking while you were telling me that, I was kind of putting two and two together. A lot of businesses are downsizing right now. Do you think they came out with some BS to try to have an excuse and let you down easy in
I
a
don't
way?
I don't think so. I think that, to be quite honest with you, the history there and things that I experienced while there, they were very, very quick to let people go um, for very minor issues. Um, Compliance is like, that's an issue, right? I don't want people to come in and have to waste more time out of their day, to come fix something that somebody else messed up. That's definitely not something that I would enjoy,
Right.
so I totally sympathize with that. But um, I was new to that particular department, and although I oversaw it, most of the compliance issues didn't happen necessarily on my watch. It was a month long report, of like, okay, so these are the things that are wrong or whatever, and um, kind of going from there. And so, yeah, lost my job. Um, that very same day, I put applications in, and I've had like 2 interviews so far, and one job offer already. And so it's not like I'm like crypto pizza business. Yeah. Yeah. That was something that I threw around there for a little bit. I'm not like hurting like the first day, it was an ego. Like it killed me, you know. This is the first time I've actually ever been let go from a place. You know, I've always kind of excelled where I went and adapted really well. So driving home, I just felt this weird feeling of almost self-doubt, but then it exited my head almost immediately afterwards, and I'm like, no, the situation's like messed up. And I asked my wife, you know, because we're kind of in the same realm, you know, we're both in the financial sector, and she was like, yeah, that's not like you shouldn't get fired for that. That's ridiculous, you know. So we kind of agreed, you know, for the first time, yay, a little victory. And so, you know, and and so I was just like, I was over it, you know, the things that I experienced there, you know, they were very quick to fire somebody. And one of the last people that they fired was one of the people that I was in charge of. And they asked me and they said, how do you feel about that? And I said, I guess I can always work harder. You know, I got so tired of it. I just got so tired of it, you know. And it was people getting losing their job. They were losing their job, losing their income because of silly things, you know. Um, and I didn't agree with that. Like my thing is that, you know, I'm very slow to fire people. That is like my legit last resort. You know, I would rather exhaust myself, like truly exhaust myself in training you and giving you as much knowledge as possible so you can be successful. Because I would rather keep people there, you know, with me to develop loyalty, to develop, you know, some continuity to where people can expect things. But it was like, that was the thing, you know, members would come in and they would not know what to expect because it was like there were new people all the time. So they couldn't develop a financial relationship with anybody because it was like, well, are they going to be here in a month from now, 2 months from now, a year from now? Probably
Right.
not, you know?
Yeah.
And so um, it became too much, you know, and I was not sad to lose it. You know, I felt like, I mean, I think you can tell, and after our many talks, like I was on autopilot, bro. Like it
Well,
was
that
time.
was why when you first told me, I was like, "Is this good or bad?" You know what I mean? Because it's
Right.
like, it's like, "Oh, I'm getting a divorce," and it's like he's been talking mad shit for like 5 years. It's like, "Is this good or bad?" You know? It's like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I feel you. I mean, I wasn't nearly making the same amount of money, but I worked at a TGI Fridays. It was the first time I had asked for a server role. I had always been a cook. I'd always worked in the back. I wasn't really a people person. Um, and you know, I just knew that they made more money. I'd always have my server friends laugh at me and show off how much money they were making off of tips, and you know, I'd be sweating in the back. So I was like, man, let me try this. So I did, and I got a manager who like really didn't like me. He wanted like no swearing. He wasn't like funny. Like jokes weren't about him, and I was just making joke after joke. It was during the era of Pokemon Go. So this one particular day, I hurt my leg playing Pokemon Go the night before, and because I was in Atlanta and we were hopping fences, going in people's backyards, being stupid, but like trying to catch things, you know, and like having fun, uh, stupid, dangerous fun. And I hurt my leg like hopping a fence, and I was like, man, like I gotta call out tomorrow, you know, like I can't like walk, like my knee hurts like bad. And it's usually dead on a Tuesday, so like no big deal. And I call in, and this is the first time I've ever called in. I've been working there for about 3 months. Nobody wanted to take my shift, even though I'd taken other people's. So they were like, "We have to fire you if you don't come in." So I was like, "Oh my god!" Like whatever. So I go in, and there were already 3 people sitting there. Like they had sat me 3 people already, like 3 different tables before I'd even gotten into work and clocked in. They had just been sitting there with no server. So I have no idea why they did this. Maybe they did it to spite me. Maybe they were just really that understaffed. It didn't look like it that day, but whatever. So I'm like rushing, trying to get all these tables, and they seat me another table while that happens, and I didn't see it. So then, like 30 minutes go by, they get pissed, obviously, because I didn't talk to them, I didn't see it. And the manager comes up and starts like screaming at me, and he's like, "What's wrong with you? Are you okay?" And I was like, "No, I'm not okay. I told you I tried to call out today." And then he was like, "Okay, we'll go back to the table, handle it and come into my office." And I was like, "Okay." So like I go to the table, I handle it, I go back, and he's like, "Why'd you talk back to me right there?" And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "You said that you were having a bad day." And I was like, "Yeah, you asked me if I was having a bad day. I tried to call out. Obviously, I'm having a bad day. Like, and you sent me 3 or 4 tables. I've only been here 20 minutes. Like, yes, I'm having a very rough day." And he was just like, "Well, you shouldn't have said it like that in front of everybody." And I was like, "You asked in front of everybody." And he was like, "Now you're talking back to me again." He was like, "You know what? Since you're having such a rough day, why don't you just go home and never come back?" And I was just like, I just like had nothing to say because I hated the job. I made no money because nobody really tipped there anyways, and it was dead most of the time. And I was getting ready to go to the UK too, so I only had like 2 months left. So I was just like, but I was really bitter because I was just like, man, like that job didn't pay me anything, and they still fired me. Frustrated, man. It hurt. It does hit your ego at first.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So you're always taught to succeed. And so when you feel like you fell short, even though maybe you did fall short a little bit, but then it was blown to this whole new level that you didn't see it going to, right? It hits your ego. It starts to affect you. And so it makes you have that self-doubt that, oh, I wasn't good enough for this job. Like I wasn't good enough for this place. Like, and then like working through things, I just realized I'm not surprised. Like, I'm not surprised. You know, it's not the fact that I didn't care about the people there. I cared about the people there, but the business part, the business aspect, the core functionality of it, like I hated. Like it was boring me to death. I would go into work and I just felt like I never achieved anything substantial, you know, like working in the food service industry, right? As a cook or whatever, you're working right next to the person to the left and right of you, and orders are coming in and those tickets are you're getting slammed, bro. And you rely on the person to the left and right of you. And it's like you put faith in them and they put faith back in you. And it's like we actually accomplished something. We got through something together. In the financial sector, there's literally none of that. It
Yeah,
is literally just the same thing, the same conversation with the same people every single day. Hey,
yeah.
what'd you have for dinner last night? Oh, it was really great.
How's the weather, Jimmy?
It's
Like,
so stupid. It's
how'd
just
your
dumb.
team do yesterday?
It's dumb. And it doesn't inspire me to want to work, you know? And, um, I'm getting older now, so I'm like cynical anyway. But like,
Have you thought about an early retirement and doing something on the side as like a hobby to make a little bit of money, but ultimately being at home? Like, are you financially in that position to do that? Is that something you don't want to do?
it's not something I don't want to do that. So back in the day, I got laid off from a factory, right? Now keep in mind, I went back to this factory 3 times and got laid off every single time. Like I
They
was
just kept letting you
devoted.
back.
I was devoted to this factory. It wasn't my fault. It was the economy.
Mm,
I got in
gotcha.
'08, May 12th of 2008, and I survived until May 13th of 2009, the first time I
Okay.
went to this place. And then, you had the crash, right? The recession. And
Right.
so my job was affected. And then I went back, same thing. They downsized, laid people off. Well, each time, the first time I was on unemployment. I was on unemployment. I just had my first child, right? So imagine this. I just had my first child at the end of February, so March. Uh, April, May comes around, I'm laid off, right? I just had a kid. I am
Yeah.
freaking out, dude. Like I am like, we have a house, you know, it's not like an apartment or like whatever. Like we're living in a house, dude. And so we got real bills that are always active. And yeah, I flipped out, but I was making like 410 bucks off unemployment per week.
Okay.
And so I took, I think, a month and a half or 2 months. In the first like couple weeks, I didn't look for a job. Like I was just like, okay, I'm gonna stay home with a kid, spend time with her. Everything's gonna be great. And I did. I did the dad thing. It was great. But then I started to get the itch, dude. And I can't stay unemployed for long.
Yeah, that's a good thing to have. I
Yeah.
mean, I think they say what like you start dying when you retire,
Yeah.
and I think it's literally it's like, maybe too basic to say this, but like kinetic energy, an object in motion likes to stay in motion. I feel like
Right.
and it's like working out. You work out all the time, you can lift more, your muscles are used to it. You wake up with more energy because you're used to using energy. And it's kind of really funny to think about because I don't know, the way I thought as a kid is just, I've changed so much since I've grown up. And like one of the things I used to think as a kid is just like, oh, I'll just like conserve my energy so I'll always have it. And and I used to think too, like, I why would I spend money on food that goes away in 5 minutes when I
Yeah.
could, save up a bunch of, food that I would eat throughout this 5 minute period and have a video game that'll last me forever. Like those are my train of thoughts as a kid.
Yeah. No, it's it's not weird, you know. I
BlindGirl.
understand. I understand where you're coming from, you know. I think I think that, you do something for 30 years, you spend 30 or 40 years of your life, if you're lucky, doing something, and then one day you're just supposed to magically give it up. And it doesn't work like that. Like so much of your life is attached to that particular job, that when you lose that job, it's detrimental to your health,
Yeah,
and
I mean,
so
you probably had friends there too, even if you didn't like it. You know?
right, right. And you'd bitch about it the whole time. You'd be like,
Oh
I
yeah.
hate this place. We both hate this place. All right. See you tomorrow. You
Yep.
know?
I
And
mean,
so,
I hated my job at Steak and Shake, and I think about it now, and I'm like, man, that was the best time of my life. Like, I wasn't
right.
making any money, but we all weren't making money. We were all like doing stupid things. We had like crazy experiences, managers that would flip people off, fights in the restaurant,
Right.
just memories, man.
It was wild.
It was
Wild.
very wild. We
And
had
like I
people.
said, like I don't I like the food service industry. I do. I feel like I'm a natural fit for it because I like, being around people. I like kind of the loose, not all uppity, like tight uh, atmosphere. And, again, like I said, I feel like you actually accomplish something. Even though people look at it and they're like, oh, food service industry, you're in fast food or like whatever. And they kind of like look down. I don't look at those people that are in the industry, don't look at you like that, you know?
Everything is something to somebody else, right? Like every man's treasure is like, or another man's trash is another man's treasure. I mean,
Right.
it's literally that. I mean, you can find love in anything. I get exactly what you mean too. Like you're busting your ass when you're wet.
Yeah.
That like when you're done, you're just like, ah,
Yeah.
But like when you get off of a job that's kind of relaxed or not like physically draining, you kind of just come home like, what now?
Yeah.
And there's nothing because you just worked all day, and even if there was something, your brain would at least be tired, you
Right.
know.
Right.
And that interests me too. Like your brain is sometimes so tired that you can't do physical exercise, even though you did none the whole day. That's interesting, isn't it?
Right. And like at the end of the day, I did feel drained because it was like at work, it was so bad. It was bad. Like it was just not great for me, up here,
Yeah.
to be there. And so, I think, if I could open up a crypto pizza business, I would.
You
You know,
definitely should.
I
That'd be sick.
think I think it would be a really unique kind of cool thing, to have, NFTs on like the wall and stuff like that. That'd be quite interesting. And then, I think one thing that I did like doing in the food service industry is I liked being a cook, but I noticed that servers got all the glory, you
Yeah.
know. But the thing is what you have to do is you have to check the servers every now and then. You know what I'm saying? You got to
Servers
put them in
mess
their
up for sure.
place.
Oh
You got to
yeah.
put them in their place. So when they would come up and they'd be like, "Oh, where's the pizza?" La, 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 or "Where's this? Where's the steak? Where's this?" You know, and they start bragging about tips and this, that, and the other. Be
Oh
like, "Yeah,
nice.
yeah, I'll tell you what. You're my little roadie. You're taking my artwork out to their table. So I'm the reason why you're there. You're getting those tips, dude. Don't
Yep.
don't fake the funk on a nasty dunk, bro. I'll put you right in your place. You ain't nothing. I could do your job. I'd like to see you come into this kitchen right now and try to cook
Yeah.
your own food.
Dude,
There's
I had a friend Tim, and he would always flash his tips in front of me. He'd make like minimum $100 a night, and
yeah,
this was back when minimum wage was $7.25 or something at Steak and Shake. So
right.
I was getting paid like $60 to $70 a night. You know, working a full like 10-hour shift or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
And you know, he would bring home if he worked a full 10-hour shift, he'd bring home like 150. You know, and I was like, damn. But we
right.
would go and we would hang out every single night. We would go play beer pong at the end of it, and we would always bet money on beer pong. And I was nasty. And I would tell him, I would just because the thing with Tim, even though he's lost money before, he always wants to win it back, just like a true gambler. And so all I'd have to do is egg him on every time. And I would just be like, you know, you're gonna lose again, right? Like you're just gonna give me your money. Like you can keep bragging about, you know, all those tips, but you're gonna lose it right here. And it would just be enough every single night. It would be enough to get him to bet, and I would always take a little bit of his money. So
That's
I felt
good.
better about myself taking the money from the servers.
That's good. And yeah, it does feel pretty good to kind of put them in their place, and kind of be like, yeah, you think you got it, but dude, it's because of me that you're getting those things. It's like it's very, very different. And um, man, one of the places I got offered a job was at in the food service industry, and so I'm deeply considering it, but I don't know. I don't know. You know, should I try a financial realm sort of job? Like hours of operation are very advantageous. You know what I
So I
mean?
mean, I guess maybe the question wasn't should you prepare for like an early retirement and find like a hobby. It should have maybe been, you know, do you have enough money to do what you love? You know,
Yeah. I mean, I could if I made certain things happen, but it's about convincing
no,
the other half, this
yeah,
this would be okay. Like,
yeah. No, I get
um,
that too. Like that's not even like a rude thing from her perspective or yours, you know. It's like you guys are in this together with kids and you need to make the best financial decision, you know, for
right,
your family and you know, that is what it is.
right. I
It,
think,
it stinks a little, but
well, yeah, you can't. I mean, there's so many people out there not doing what they dream of. You know what I'm saying? That it's like, I already got a taste of it. Like, I've already made my own pie. Like, I've already sold it to people. You
yeah,
know, I've already got to have a little bit of my dream. Like,
right,
I should be relatively satisfied for right now. For right now, you know.
right.
I just think, dude, one thing that's killing me. Okay, okay, no, those were big sales. Okay, Alfonso Monet. I thought that was a collection
For
on the right
where?
hand
Oh,
side.
right here.
The big sales. Yeah, that was just a Monet.
Oh, no, yeah,
See, so Boss Cat Alien Club. One got sold for
0.5K.
15.5
When was this? This was today. Oh wow.
today.
Okay, it's a cool one for sure. Domain of the Lord. Huh.
Hopefully you get special benefits for that. 15K. Oh.
Yeah, or it's a little trade back and forth between a wallet. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what does the one at 35 look like?
35.
3,500 because the floor is 3,500. Go to their collection.
I get what you're saying. Okay, so there's one on the floor for 35. It's a glitch.
Yeah, I mean it's not bad. Like it'd be
Obsidian
hard to
quartz.
see though. It's a little too dark. You know what I mean?
I do like the color purple though.
I love the color purple.
This is a cool one. All of these are really cool, to be honest.
They are.
Do we know the utility of these yet?
I don't know. I can look. I'm in the Discord. I'm a boss cat holder.
Yeah, what are you doing? I don't know what I'm about to show. Let me go over here. Go boss cat.
Again, they were hanging out with 50 Cent.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. Man, I wish like if I had the time and I could get paid a little bit for it, like just enough to pay my bills, I would go around and offer my service to make everybody's Discord extremely easy to read for YouTubers to make videos on them. Like I want everybody's Discord to be broken down into like this mint, the utility for this mint, what this mint's price was, when it minted, like I don't know, just like easy bullet points.
I mean, yeah, like did you ever think like, okay, that's a service you can provide? Is
I
like
mean, I just thought of it. I mean, I've thought about it before, but I don't know if anybody, would take it seriously or not because
so think about it this way. So, maybe the people from Boss Cat, right? Or whatever, some of the famous people from there, right? Like end up going to run other communities. You know what I mean? And that's how they make their money. Like why wouldn't you offer like a professional Discord service to where it is broken down like that every
I
single
could.
time,
I
right?
think some people, or at least how I've always thought about it in my head, is that it's obvious, which maybe it's definitely not. But like, for somebody like Boss Cats, I would assume that they have enough money and expertise to have like a very organized Discord, which it does look like they've done these subsections very well, and they have emojis that help you, clearly distinct which is which I love. That's done great. But as far as like individual project information, like they just have boss information with whatever is newest. I believe like this is probably I don't even know what this is. I guess this is just sneak peeks of like the aliens. Like it for me, how I would like it is to be like Boss Cat, Rocket Club first mint or whatever information, and then rocket parts mint, full rockets over here, new mint upcoming, like information on future. I don't know, but maybe that's just me.
Yeah,
Um,
I think yeah, having like that history of what you've released is probably pretty important, I would say. Like almost like a timeline of events, like this is where we were, like this is where we're at. Um
yeah,
so yeah, that would make sense.
because right here there's just too much going on. Like I don't like what is this like? I guess this is where people from all these different countries can talk.
Right.
That's cool. The only thing that bothers me with these things is I know they're not used too often, but they're really nice and kind of needed for those people who can't speak English and fit in the general chat. But I don't know if it could be like condensed somehow. I don't know. Maybe Discord needs to figure that out, like a subsection or something.
Right. A
I don't know.
subsection of the
Yeah,
subsection.
yeah.
Wait, you got a oh my god. You got spam from Space Buds?
Oh, it's not the Space Buds. I get spammed by so many
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I thought
It's
about it the other time too, and you were like, "Damn, you got a lot of things you don't read." I actually realized I've been reading them, but I've been so you can actually like go in. I don't want to click on anything, and you can right click it and do mark on read, and then it'll pop it up there again so that you can
okay.
remember. Yeah,
Gotcha.
because I was like, "Damn, there are a lot of messages," and I went back and I was like, "Wait, I've already read these," but they're like little reminders for myself so I don't forget.
So like Indonesia, WWKWK. Like what does that mean to them?
WK. Um,
Gelatuyan, bro.
I don't
Bronies,
know.
bro.
Yeah, what's I always find this funny too. I've thought about it. Like if you're trying to learn another language inside of like a chat room, you don't know what's a typo and what's not a typo.
No,
So you good luck, you know.
that's all mumbo jumbo to me.
And
I'm
like,
telling you.
we would type like, "Are you, like okay" or something, and people are just like, "Oh, what?"
What
It's like, okay,
dialect are you speaking?
yeah. So
It's
you
just
don't know like how that's broken down, but
yeah. So what else happened this week? Okay, so Chilled Kongs dealt with their FUD, and they still are kind of dealing with it.
yeah,
You know, Deckard went through his thing where you know part of his family got sick and this that and the other, so he's dealing with that. And so 1385, holy crap,
yeah,
you know. And we
for
each have
2200.
1111. We both have 1111 in this. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and now you can almost get a Kong for that price.
Or what?
You can almost get a Kong for 1111.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
right.
Yeah, that's crazy. There's a whole row, a whole 2 rows, 10 Kongs under 1500, which was the floor I think yesterday.
I think so. I
So
think people are getting impatient with the shroom drop. It did get delayed, you know.
the
Uh,
FUD was a direct correlation to the floor price dropping though. When that FUD came out, it dropped fast.
oh, it dropped. It dropped.
Yeah.
People were soaking it up at 1350, and like I told you, the holder wallets are different,
They're
now.
going up now, right? The amount
No,
of holders.
no, there are less holders.
Oh, okay.
So there's 2930, and just the other day, September 3rd, which was 9 days ago, when the FUD kind of started, it was at 2972.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
about 42 wallet owners dropped.
That's it's not horrible, but if you think about how quickly that happened, that's kind of crazy,
Yeah.
you know?
And so, like I said, it's we're getting bored in the market. We're gonna find things, you know, that are gonna come out to cause excitement, to cause some sort of action to happen, whether it be good or bad. I just think with this stuff coming out, it happened in the middle of the night. No one was up. Nobody was paying attention. Nobody had a chance to refute anything or like say anything. And then we like literally we all wake up at like 8 or 9 or whatever is where we're at. And we wake up and this is happening in Discord. And so the team wasn't even up yet. And then all of a sudden everybody's like adding them and being like, hey, take care of this or whatever.
I
And
hate that stuff. That
it's
feeling, man.
market too.
People hit you up. It's like, yo, man, you messed up. Or like, so and so is like,
I can't believe they're saying this. Get them. And it's like, yeah, it's not what we do here. Like,
why did you
like,
steal all of his money and not give it back to him and punch
yeah,
his mom in the
I
face
can't
and killed
believe
his
it.
dog? It's like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
You're like a millionaire. Like, why? It's like, no,
Yeah.
he's not a millionaire, dude. He was a community manager, and devs left and left him holding the project, and he tried to continue. Obviously, got in over his head. Probably saw Chilled Kongs or whatever. We're looking for like a community manager and stuff, and he was like, "Here's who I am. This is what I do. This is where I'm coming from, and I'd love to join you guys. I bet." And then, it happened. He tried to warn the person taking over the baby alien club, like, "Hey, I don't think this is wise for you to take this over, but if you want to, I can't really stop you." And then that dude got the keys to the castle, and then Baby Alien Club. Since then, Kongs have been buying Baby Alien Club a little slowly but surely, and so to show solidarity and shit like that. So I think it's at like 26 or something.
Oh,
Yep,
wow.
26. Yeah,
Still high volume, though.
insane. Like I said, it was one of the first 10K projects, if not the
Five
first
being bought a
10K.
day, though. Ew, that's so bad.
Yeah.
And then like there was only one sold this day.
Right.
This project's kind of dead. As
Right.
far as buying pressure, and like hype, I mean, you don't really see that. You don't see a 2.3 million volume project not have sales
Well, I
for a
mean,
full day.
what is it? The apes?
What, you talking about
Cardano?
Ape Society?
No, not Ape Society. They're legit. Um, the baby apes or something.
Oh, Cardano apes.
I think so.
You're talking to Cardano apes had
They had
oh,
2D. They had 3D.
yeah, but they have the baby monkeys, right?
Baby
These.
monkeys.
You
Yes.
talking about these?
Yeah, people were going ape shit for those.
Pun intended.
Yeah, pun intended there. People were going
Yeah,
crazy.
33. I wanted them too. I think I want to say, did I FOMO win? I don't think I did. I debated it pretty heavy though. I bought one of the Cardano Apes lands, and then I bought another one of the lands because if you had two lands, if you had like one of the tropical and one of the volcano, you got a desert one for free.
Yes. Yes.
Which, how are those doing? Oh no. Ah, man, these were so much at one point. These
I'm
were like
telling you,
100 floor, maybe even higher.
like just blue chip from now on. You know what I'm saying?
Pavia started getting some buying pressure, not calling it a blue chip, but reminded me of it.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, no. Can you bring up Twitter, please? Bring up
Yeah,
Twitter. I
yeah.
want you to bring up Pavia.
All right.
And they had a dance party video.
Okay.
It was one of the worst things I've ever seen in my entire life. Okay.
Where's it at? Right
Right
here?
there. Yeah, just go ahead.
I like the shout out to Cardano clans, though. I'll say that.
Jesus.
The Clay, he needs some pants. Community avatars dancing in the Pavia metaverse was terrible dance moves. I don't know. What is there to say? It's not bad, right? It's just a. Well, what's there to hate about it? Like, at least everybody's been saying like, show me something, show me something. They're showing us something, and now people don't like it either. Like, I'm
So
not saying it's like the greatest thing ever. I'm just saying.
the problem is this thing is marketed as a business. Each one of these plots is marketed as your own brand, your own business, your own this, that, and the other. It's like it's not going to work. You know, like people aren't just going to own a plot to be like, oh, this is my plot. I can fly my crypto flag here, and it's going to be great. Like Cornucopias is building a game. Sure, they have the domes, which are their own unique entities, and they are kind of run like a business, but that's not the sole purpose of the actual game. They're going to have farming, they're going to have learning, they're going to have all different sorts of stuff. And Pavia is not coming out with jagged diddly squat, except for the fact that these are supposed to be like a business where you can put your NFTs in there and then like do other things. It's like, no, it's just weird. It's just weird. I don't like it. I've never liked the marketing of it. The actual NFTs look like goof troopery. You know what I'm saying? It's not great, I would say. But yeah, like look, they got little vending machines in the background.
Yeah. No, man, it's just because the way I see these things is maybe, with a bit of hopium, but it's just like, we've been asking for something, here is something, so I'm happy with it. I'm not like just going to take anything and be like, cool, like let's buy a bunch of it. But, it's definitely better than nothing that we've been getting before. So I'm
Yeah.
not going to like look at this and be like, sell Pavia, it looks like trash.
Is
It
that
looks like
is that a bored ape though?
that's what it looks like, but it doesn't fully look like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this also doesn't fully look like a clay, I don't think. And this Klansman looks very accurate to the Klansman, but I don't know. He looks more feminine. But again, like it's a little pixelated.
I just feel weird.
I don't know, maybe I expected him to just be hairier, but maybe it's pixelated. Because I remember when I made that video for that project, the men looked super hairy. I just always noticed, I was like, these are some Irishmen right here.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, Pavia does need to do more. This isn't gonna sell the project or be anything super hype. But what I look at this as is like, if they were doing a bunch of releases with their demos and stuff like that, and then they also released this, like this would just be kind of cool. But the fact that this is like one of the only things we have to go off of, people I think kind of harp on it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think that's the real bigger picture here, is that there needs to be more than this. But at the very least, like, hey, thank you. We see something else. I know the last thing they released was like something either about POVs or something like that. It's been a while since I've checked. But
Yeah.
also over the weekend, I think it was Friday, the Queen passed away. So
Right. Everybody,
yeah, moment of
I guess
silence for
everybody was
that.
taking jabs at her or something, I guess. I don't
Really?
know. Yeah, they were like, Betty White, US. They had Betty White 99, her at like 96 or something like that. And then it was like America 1, Britain 0, or America 2,
Oh,
Britain 0, or whatever. Hilarious, you
yeah.
know.
I saw some people making jokes today because great segue leading into Trading View. When I was watching the market, we had a really big update today. We kind of came back down a little bit, but then went right back up. We have inflation data coming in tomorrow, CPI, which is supposed to be the first month or second month in a while that we're actually going to start trending down in CPI. So it's going from 9.1 year over year to 8.1. So still high as hell, but we're coming down, and that's supposed to be bullish. So we did go pretty hard today, and one of the jokes was that the Queen dying was bullish. I thought that was a bit too soon, but
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's fair game when you're on the internet.
Right. Right. The internet knows no bounds. Yeah, but it
Very
looks like
fair.
the pressure right there, it's undersold by a lot.
Yeah, it was, I'd say. It was
Right.
almost near, the oversold range, which is like 20, I want to say, or under
Yeah.
30. It almost touched it, and then we bounced from it. Now we're in the middle, and momentum tends to carry itself to the extremes and fall down to the extremes, but you can also go back and see here where it didn't go to the extremes at all. It actually hovered in the middle for a while
Right.
and then fell. So,
Right.
it's just another tool to look at, but I really want to continue to see this. If we see CPI tomorrow lower than expected, which would be great, maybe an 8 instead of an 8.1, like really any excuse. And even honestly, if it's like an 8.2, I just don't think it's a big deal. I think everybody's expecting something decent. As long as it can fit that narrative in people's heads, they'll go with it, they'll roll with it, because we've been bearish for super long and people are looking for an excuse to go up a little bit. And cryptocurrencies have been, lagging. So let's
Right.
go check out
Well,
Ethereum.
so, there was big news on Cardano to where the White House recognized that it's one of the least environmentally intensive cryptocurrencies out there.
Okay.
So the White House actually recognized that. They also were talking about banning Bitcoin mining.
Hmm. Interesting that they're going to talk about that during the Ethereum merger, where they're no longer going to be mining.
Right.
Conspiracy.
Yeah. And
Yeah, no.
so I think that, man, if people could really because Cardano was trending for a little bit, you know, um, man, I think if it keeps that way, I'm sure it'll be a household name within 5 years or something, to where people really do know about it, because most people don't know about Ethereum. People know
Yeah.
about Bitcoin, like, grandma knows about Bitcoin.
Right.
Um,
She's heard
not
it.
everybody knows, not everybody knows what Ethereum is yet. And so, I mean, we'll see. I still think Ethereum is going to be huge.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know. I
I
just
think
look.
I really think that this merger is a really good thing because it's going to introduce people to this idea of, well, because first off, there's like the people who get into blockchain or want to invest and they know Bitcoin, just like you said. And then the next step is, what are the other coins? And then you're introduced to Ethereum. That's like the very next step if you're
Right.
totally interested, beyond just Bitcoin. So those people are now going to be introduced to this idea of a changing blockchain. Like, this isn't here, like this is actually adapted. And they've seen it before with Ethereum Classic to Ethereum, but they may have forgotten because it's been a while. And now they're going to get reintroduced to this idea of another merger, of a change, of an upgrade. And it's going to be the upgrade that's going to bring Ethereum into what Cardano's already doing. So people are going to then hear things like, is Ethereum better than Cardano? And they're going to be reading these things and they're going to be, what is Cardano? And hopefully my hope is that people see Cardano is either better or just as good or whatever, and they invest in Cardano as well. And maybe we get a few people from Ethereum because of this merger.
Right. And I think it's all about how much we sell it, right? Like, can we sell it? Like, okay, sure, you're going to make some gains on Ethereum, but is it going to be as much in the next bull run as you would make off Cardano right now? I don't know. It's up to Bays. People are saying, well, we're still waiting for Ethereum to hit 10K, right? Which right now would be, a 5X,
Right.
whatever it may be. Whereas Cardano, if it hits $3, not even like an astronomical range. So like the 10,000 that Ethereum would hit, they've never hit before.
Right.
So if you're talking about a Cardano all-time high, you're talking about over at like 10x essentially at this point.
Right.
And so, well, do you want 5x or 10x? Well,
Of course. Of
I
course
don't
you want
know.
this is how I think about it, right? If you're going to work every day and you have a job that pays you a great amount, right? Like 100,000 or more, maybe nowadays with inflation it needs to be like 125 or more. I don't know. Whatever it is, and your spending habits matter. But if you make enough to where you can put away like 10K a year into anything, like, just pick the safe assets. We're in a bear market. Like, everything is oversold right now. Don't try to buy, like, in all honesty, don't even try to buy really Cardano. Like, I would still tell you to, but just because I'm maxi, but I'm trying to throw that bias out the window. Like, you can buy Ethereum, you can buy Bitcoin, and you'll still be able to 5x your money in a few years. You make enough money, like, be pretty safe with it. During bear markets, you can make great returns off of obvious plays. But in bull markets, those plays are already, Bitcoin would be at a couple trillion, almost $2 trillion total. You would need to, double that to double your money, like, not happening anytime soon. You would need to kind of put your money in Cardano and other things to try to make you money. But during a bear market, you don't have to guess. It's easy mode, But if you only make like, enough to invest 10 or let's say like 2,000 a year, you need to put your things into like Sheeb, Doge, make some Doge money, and obviously not financial advice, but you get what I'm saying. Like, everybody wants to turn a little bit into a lot,
Right.
Everybody wants to be that next guy on a yacht with his Lambo, on CNN talking about how he was just in a frat and his bros were like, yo, let's buy Dogecoin, and they all went in on it. Like, everybody wants that life.
That's so what I'm looking for is the next bull run right at the start. I'm going to take some shit altcoin that has pretty good economics and ideas behind it and throw like 5K at it.
What do you think about Cody though? Because
I
think
like Cody.
Is a really good buy.
I hold Cody.
Same. I don't hold enough. I wish I held more, but
I got in when it first dropped on KuCoin, KU coin, KuCoin.
Yeah.
It was on Cody. It was sub like 1 cent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, down in these days.
And I rode that bitch all the way up to like 50 cents or whatever. And I was like, should I sell it? Should I sell it? Should I sell it? Nah, I'll just hold on to it. So I took like $1,000 and put it into Cody back when it was under a cent.
Yeah, that's badass. So you're up 10K on that now.
Yeah.
Let's go. At the peak though, you owe 60K, boy.
But that's the thing is, so this is just the first initial offering. right? This is just kind of, the first bull run for it, right? And it wasn't even in like a full case bull run, right? It didn't get
Right.
the full bull run there. Like it came in less than a year ago, I want to say. And
March 2020,
March of 20, right? But
February
then,
2020.
but see, here's the thing: it wasn't available on all exchanges, right? So the
Fair.
first the first big uptick right there was generally when it was set on KuCoin. Check to see what date it was
This is
available.
the 8th of March, but when it started was like February 6th.
Yeah. So I got in. Well, it was before that.
Love
Yeah,
you, Arrow. Love you, buddy.
but I think that was a good play. I do like that one a lot because if you can do point of sale with Cardano and have your card and everything like that on you, that's good.
Yeah.
The better it'll be. And you have the thing is like, so I look at cryptocurrency, and this might be weird, almost like city planning. And so the way I look at city planning is like you see so many cities that their planners just did shit for it, right? And you know,
Solana?
yeah, kind of. I mean, the roads are too narrow, right? The roads are very narrow, and they have all these houses that were built too close to the roads, right? So by the time you get the traffic in there, there's literally nothing you can do, and it's going to be backed up and sludged up the entire time because you built these two roads, and then you built these houses too close to the road. So that way, and a good city planner is like, well, if we have the infrastructure and we start developing businesses like we want to, you know, we don't have to go to these owners of these homes and say, hey, we're going to have to take out your front yard. We'll pay you for it, but we're going to have to take out your front yard so we can build another lane for this road. That way things aren't so backed up and sludged up, you know. And we're seeing it at a local town around here. Um, the city planners were idiots, and weren't thinking about the future, and so all of a sudden there was a town of no factories, and then all of a sudden the main Frito-Lay hub of America gets installed there. Subaru gets installed there. What is it? Purina
Okay.
dog food gets put in there, and NHK and other things like that. And so, you're talking about big factories that house a lot of employees, and not everybody wants to travel from another city to get there. They're going to want to live in town. So now you have all these people, thousands of people coming in for jobs, and the city is not built to handle the traffic. And so Cardano, I think, is set up with kind of that city planning already involved. They're building the infrastructure with the AI, with the network, putting in the Vassal had a hard fork, which is coming in 10 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, setting it up to where they have a card, with a possible point of sale, structuring identity for people and other things like that. I think it's all you can tell a whole lot of planning and idea was put into it, and so that's why I appreciate it the most. Um, you know, but I mean that's just my 2 cents. I mean I
I
don't know if
mean,
it's shit.
how I look at it is a lot of people want to give Cardano shit because it's taking a while to build. But here's the thing: do you want your company to build something really really fast? You get a bunch of stuff early on, you realize it's messed up, and then it takes you twice as long to go back, redo all those things. But at least you have something early on. But that's kind of whatever. I feel like Cardano, they're building everything slowly, but they're not going to have to go back. You know what I mean? So sure, we might be like, I don't know. You get what I'm saying? Like Ethereum's going boom, and we're just kind of going like this, and Ethereum's, they're coming back to the merger, and we're just still slowly going forward.
Right.
So
Right. I think it's a good thing. You know, got into Cody. I got into Card Starter too.
Same. Oh, what a disappointment. I mean, Cody's a disappointment too. I got in at 50 cents, so I am
Ooh.
down.
Oh
But
no.
I sold out. I sold out, I think, at like 30. I was just like, yeah. I was liquidating stocks, liquidating cryptos, probably like it was close to the top. I didn't time it perfectly. I didn't care to time it perfectly. Me and my friend were talking every day about the situations and rates going up. And I was looking at when rates go up, what typically happens. And I was just like, I mean, I'm here in this game studying it, the stock market, the crypto, the NFT game, studying it. I see all these things like I need to start acting on them. And I know nobody wants to sell. Like everybody's taught diamond hands. And I was just like, I need to change this narrative. I need to
You need to
sell.
change your outlook. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It
Like I
doesn't
didn't
make you
sell
any
everything.
less of a supporter. The thing is like once you hit $1, once Card Starter or whatever hits $1, I held on to
You
way
think
too
it's going to
much.
come back?
What?
You think card starter is going to come back?
I mean, it's anything's possible, man. By the time the
Right.
next by the time the next bull run comes in, like there's going to be new people that have no idea. You know what I'm saying?
Look at this. Oh man.
Yeah. It might take a couple years. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But as soon as it hits $1, peace out. Be like, well, bye.
Well,
You
what's
know?
crazy though are these spikes are shooting up to like $17. You know,
Yeah.
like, that's kind of crazy. From 0.13 cents to $17. I mean, I don't know who got that wick, but congratulations.
Yes. Absolutely great.
That's probably some algo trading right there. It's probably up and down in a half a
Yeah.
second.
Yep. And
Everybody
so
probably got filled on like 10, whatever, not shares, but
so yeah, looking at smaller altcoins and taking like 5,000 US dollars and putting it into there, you know, I mean
it's
these
risky,
altcoins
but
that could be life changing, really. You
yeah,
know,
you definitely can't just do it in like any, altcoin. And even the ones that you think are going to go crazy sometimes don't. Like I was pretty sold on the idea of Cardano being amazing, which we all are sold on, but my timing was a little off. I couldn't have predicted this bear market until, after I invested. But, everybody talks about it. If you invest in Bitcoin, you could have made more in Ethereum. If you invested in Ethereum, you could have made more in Cardano. If you invested in Cardano, you could have made more in the DeFi underneath Cardano.
right?
And so, I don't want to hear it anymore. I just want to invest in it and like actually see the returns and be like, yes, like that's what I did. That's what makes sense. I
But
want to be on the side of the winning trade for once.
I do think one thing that is kind of wise to like look at is, and I don't think they're going anywhere. I think they're doing awesome things. Is MinSwap. I think
Yeah.
they're going to be absolutely excellent. You know, everything is super fast. Um, I think you have to look at crypto.
It's on
I don't think
all but
I don't think it's traded.
mini swap. No, I don't think it is.
No, it's just I think it's like 4 cents maybe.
Let's see. I like looking at I look at Clay every few days as well,
Oh, I
just to
sold
kind of,
clay. I sold clay today.
you sold Clay.
I did at 2 cents.
Okay. That's roughly where it's still at. It had a little buying volume from 221 to 22 or 252,
Right.
basically nothing.
I needed the ADA. How about that?
Yeah, that's fair. I actually wanted to accumulate right here. This is kind of like a decent low, and that's exactly where we bounced off of, but it's all good. I
Yeah.
believe Clay is going to go crazy. It's just going to take a matter of time. You know, when you see those games like Axie Infinity blow up, I mean, I don't think Clay is going to be like Axie Infinity. It's not a game. It's not
No.
trying to work like that. But I'm just saying, things blow up that you don't really expect, but they're going to do well. Like, I think everybody knew Axie was going to do decently at the very least. So,
Right.
you buy those things. And we know this because we're looking at Cardano every day. And that's what all the people will tell you is when you're in a thing, when you're specialized and you know it's going to do well, you got to go with that because,
Yeah.
like there's the ETH people that know everything about ETH. And when ETH money goes up, they're the people that make that money. And we just need to be the Cardano version of that.
Yeah. So what is min at?
What is
I think it's like 4 cents, right? Right there.
Yeah. Min. Yeah, 0.0411.
Right. And I think I would, if I were to bet on a DEX, I would bet on this one.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Almost like a pancake swap. Like, so if you bought Pancake token, back when it first started, like, and you sold it kind of in its heyday, you would have made a killing.
What is it, Cake?
What?
Is it Cake? CAKE? I think so, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So let's see. So its prime was like 42, 43, maybe a little higher. I can't see the chart, but that's crazy. 43 roughly. Right now it's $4.
Yeah. And then Binance token, obviously with Binance token.
BNB.
Yeah, BNB.
Yeah, BNB was like my first good double. That was the first time I flipped a currency and doubled it. I took 200, made 400, and I was like, let's go. Now the
Arrow said he got an IDO pass for their coin drops.
Hell yeah. Shout outs to IDO Pass. The founder is an amazing person, like, let alone the project. The project's really cool too. But yeah, shout outs to their team. Had some really cool intellectual conversations with that guy. He's a down to earth dude.
But, yeah, I don't know. Like, find a DEX, right, on Cardano. If you think Cardano is gonna do something, find a DEX, whatever the DEX is. Definitely not Sunday Swap. Holy crap!
Is it really that bad? Because I really never used it.
It's not great.
No.
No, I think the expectation was so high because they came off like it's going to be great. It looks great. It looks cute.
Right.
And everything looks good, right, on there. It's aesthetically pleasing. You can turn it on night mode, which is great. It looks great.
I was going to say somewhat. This is blinding.
No, go to night mode. Click on your little night mode right there.
There we go. Much better. Much better.
So, yeah. So, Arrow, there was some controversy with Wing Riders, I want to say. Or they did something and then it came out. They found I think that I want to say that they found a problem with MinSwap, right? And they didn't expose it. They just let them know about it. And they got a shout out from MinSwap, Wing Riders did. But then something came out with Wing Riders, some sort of controversy. I don't know exactly what happened there with them, but I'm kind of ignorant. Ira, if you could fill me in, it's embarrassing. I'm so stupid.
How dare you not know everything?
But Yummy's on there, Clay is on there. But the coolest thing is back in the day, taking your assets from like Muesli Swap, right, and hedging it and like doing some arbitrage, right, and
going to trade between the dexes.
Yes, where you trade between the dexes. Oh, it's not working on Sunday Swap. Well, let's go to Muesli Swap and sell it there. They'll buy it for whatever price because they just want their hands on it. So you would take your Sunday token and you would take it over to Muesli and sell it, and you would make a killing.
Oh,
it was great.
That's actually really freaking funny. It only lasts for so long because people check out and it balances out, but
it did. It only lasted a little bit, but you could always get somebody. Sorry, Cardano people holding my bags. I'm sorry, not sorry. I don't really care.
Oh no, man! Don't be sorry. just be sad that they didn't catch it in time.
Yeah, I
feel bad for them.
But if you would have told me a year ago, who were you going to put your money on? I would have put 100% on Sunday Swap. They just
Yeah,
seemed like they
same.
had their shit together. They were cute.
Really good
Everything was
marketing.
great, really great marketing. Everything looked clean. It was wonderful,
Yeah,
And then it came out and it was shit. Like
yeah.
it clogged everything. It fucked the entire network because they were allowing transactions to go through, like bulk transactions to go through, and it flooded the blockchain. It flooded it, and it broke everything for
I do remember
about, like
that,
3 weeks.
but that was around the same time that we were having issues with Nami. So I wasn't
Well, yeah,
sure.
because that was the preferred wallet.
Right, but Nami had the issue where it was using BlockFrost API instead of its own API, right? So
Right,
it was clogging down BlockFrost,
right.
which, you know, maybe isn't necessarily Sunday Swap's fault.
No, it's SunnySwap's fault.
Is it?
I'll say that.
Yeah.
'Cause they also let people buy too early, I want to say, as well.
It
They
was a bit rushed, wasn't it? Didn't they also find security flaws a
Right,
few like weeks after launching or something, or a few
right.
days?
And so it was like, man, I was so let down. And then, the dexes were pretty much dead to me. Like I did do some farming just to see what it's all about.
I'm still
And
farming on MinSwap.
are you?
Yeah.
I told you should have let me transfer my
You still can, bro. I'm gonna be farming it forever. I'm just gonna leave it there.
really?
I mean, I don't. It's like 2000 ADA. Just I don't know. It's been earning 40 to 80% for like 4 or 5 months.
Really?
Yeah, I can
That's
actually
like
go. I'll go to it.
that's really good.
Well, maybe I feel like I got screwed out of 1000 ADA, or I just don't see it until I withdraw my money and then I get
You
that
don't
1000 ADA back,
you don't until you see, because what's happening
or
is
until I sell it.
they're taking half of your ADA and they switch it into the min token, right? Or min T um, token. Okay. And so yeah, you would have to connect your shit.
Where is it? No, it's connected. It shows me like I have staked right here 2.1. What is this million? Yeah, million ADA min. And if I go to withdraw, will it tell me? Yeah, I can withdraw that amount. Why doesn't it show me my rewards?
Well, right now
Here it is.
you can harvest your rewards, right? So you've
Right.
earned
So I've earned 13.45 ADA and 2.9 thousand. It looks like min.
right, which if you times that by 4 cents,
The
that's how
min.
much you've actually made.
Yeah. And what? Okay, and then add the 13.45 ADA to that as well.
I think so, yeah.
So let me bring the calculator over.
I
So
mean,
that's
you're at 40%. You're killing it.
times 4 cents. So 116 ADA roughly. The last time that I took my rewards was probably a month ago. So I guess in a month roughly, I
Oh,
earned like
just let it stack, bro. Just let it
yeah.
stack.
Well, what I'll do is I'll harvest it and then I'll throw it back in. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I mean, yeah, it's going to compound no matter what.
Does it?
I think so. Yeah.
I didn't know that. Total harvested from initial stake.
It's going to automatically restake everything for you.
I didn't know if it actually did that.
I'm pretty sure it does. Yeah.
Okay. The my yummies have been coming back and forth too, because every like few weeks because I stake my yummies for 7 weeks at a time to get the maximum yummy staking potential, and
Okay.
every once in a while the yummies come back into my wallet, and I'm just like, wait, why are yummies back in my wallet? What happened? I'm like, oh, I need to restake.
Got it.
Yeah.
That's
So
cool
let's see.
though.
Is this?
Wait, so do you have yummies?
I have two. I have a regular yummy and I have a spoopy.
Okay.
Yep. So I
Nice.
minted the spoopy for the 5 ADA, I want to say it was. And then I paid was it 200? I want to say
Yeah.
for my first yummy.
Yeah.
My only yummy.
But
Maybe it's a different wallet.
I actually sold my good Charlotte Clay.
Did you? When?
as well as my pitch. Like literally the day that I lost my job,
Uh, were you just upset and wanted to liquidate a little?
I wanted to get rid of everything that day.
You were that mad, huh?
I was pissed off at the entire world
Yeah.
because this is the first time I've ever like second guessed myself,
Yeah.
and my accomplishments and like
Um,
my performance and everything like that. Like I was
I'm,
just
a, I'm a master at that. Let me tell you,
bro,
it's all
I was
good.
about to go super dark. I was about to go super dark. Nobody was going to hear from me. I was going to blow up and act like I don't know nobody. But it was like,
You ever
it
need to
was
vent, man? You hit me up. We'll cuss out the world together, bro. I got you.
bro, it was a bad situation, dude. I was like I'd never experienced that before in my life. It was a very unique feeling. I will say
Yeah.
that,
When I got fired too, what you said really hit. Like, even though you don't like the job necessarily, it does hit your ego.
Yeah.
And the only feeling that I can compare it to is when I would try out for a baseball team and they'd tell me I'm not that good, and I would be like,
Bro, you ever
like
hook up
you,
with an ugly girl who ends up dumping you?
no, no,
Shit.
I haven't had that happen, but
Or dude, there was this girl. She wasn't ugly, dude. She was not ugly. Okay, but I was young. I was a very attractive male, right? And she was like innocent and whatever. And so I was like, man, I'm gonna take this girl for a ride. You know what I mean? Like, this is what's up. But she wasn't on my same social level, because I was very boisterous. I was very, eccentric. I was very extroverted, right?
right, right,
And I was a social butterfly, right? I was a, athlete and stuff like that. Um, and so she was just kind of like a choir geek and stuff, you know. So I think that I got with her and I was with her for like a year. Now I had other girls on the side, right? Like I had girls that I would go to, and hook up, la di da di da, and come back home. You know what I'm saying? But all of a sudden, dude, one day out of the blue, she was like, "Yeah, I can't do this anymore." Bro, that shit cut me deep.
I feel you, bro.
It
It's
cut
not
me
happened to me, but I've thought
deep.
about it. I've thought about it.
And it's just
Yeah,
like, it's like that hit to the ego. It's like, no, this is not the way it's supposed to happen. I'm supposed to break up with you. And I shouldn't even been mad because I had other girls. You know what I'm
right.
saying? But I got upset
Yeah,
because it's
dude.
a hit to the ego.
I had this one girlfriend, and I don't know. So I'm not going to name any names, obviously, to be mean, but she had an issue that I found out about after I started dating her, where she would, I think it's bulimic, where you make yourself throw up.
Right, right. You're
I didn't know
correct.
about that, but I didn't really know how to like deal with it. I was young, and I was just like, well, I just want to be real with you. I respect you and thank you for telling me, but like I don't want to deal with that. So like if you do it again, I'm just gonna leave. Like I'm sorry, like I don't know how to deal with this. We're pretty new still. Like thanks for telling me. I'll be out if like this continues.
Right.
And so like it did, she told me one day like, hey, like, I got to go to the bathroom. And I thought about it in the back of my mind, but I was like, I'm not going to be a jerk. Like if she does, she does. If she doesn't, she doesn't. Like it doesn't need to be a thing. I'm not going to blow up on her. Like I respect her for telling me. But I thought about it. I didn't even ask her when she came out. I was trying to be nice. Like if she wants to talk about it, she'll talk about it. If she wants to lie to me, like that's cool too. Eventually she'll tell me. I was
Yep.
being super cool about it, or at least I felt like I was. And she told me, she was like, yeah, I did. And I was like, okay. And she was like, so you're not gonna break up with me? I was like, no, I am. But like I just don't want to be like rude to you. And I guess the way that I did it, like she just like did not handle it well. She was very mad. And looking back, I didn't know how to handle it. I didn't handle it the greatest. And she she went on to marry somebody like 3 months after I broke up with her.
Oof.
And I was like, what? Like it didn't hit me hard because she actually stalked me for a while. And she even sent me like a Snapchat one time with like the back of my head showing. And I was like, this is creepy as hell.
Yeah.
So like when she did get married, I was actually really relieved. But like I always thought like, what if I was like one of those dudes? I was like, how dare she like get married after I break up with her? But like
Exactly.
3 months, bro, that means she met somebody, learned who they were, and married them in 3 months.
Right.
That's
Right.
crazy.
Yeah, she seems not stable. You know,
But the dude who married her, bro, like he's
I
got to be
think
even more unstable, right? Like
I
who
think
makes
you
that
dodged a
decision?
bullet there, bro. I'm
I
gonna be quite
did for
honest with you.
sure.
You came out on top on that one. I think there was man, what was this? I'm trying to think, man. And yeah, she ended up sleeping with some dude that she knew I hated. Like I hated this dude.
This
And
sounds like
she was
high
just
school drama, right?
she ended up just getting it with him. And I was like, you're dead to me. I don't even. So if she's out there, she knows who she is.
Yeah.
I hope you see this, and I hope you know I still hate you. So, so yeah, but I don't know. It's just, man. You ever do crazy shit when you were a kid? What's the dumbest thing you ever did, man?
Of course I did.
What'd you do,
I mean, dude, I don't know the dumbest thing off the top of my head, but
bro? For a girl, I'll tell you mine.
oh,
How about
for a
this?
girl.
Yeah, for a girl. All right, I'll tell you mine. Like I was heat of passion. It was six. I was 16 years old, right? I ain't had a car, yet. Um, because you had to wait for a while to take your driver's license test. You had to be like a month older than 16, whatever. I don't give a shit. So, anyway, I wasn't 16 yet. She lived 5 miles out of town, and I didn't have a bike, man. So, I had to run there.
You ran 5 miles?
Yeah, I ran 5 miles. And then here's the thing, dude. It wasn't like, oh, I just went over there, and got some sloppy toppy or whatever and, took off. No, she made me mow her lawn for her, dude. And then we took a shower afterwards. Everything was good or whatever. But then I had to run 5 miles back to my house,
You
dude.
must have been in shape.
I was incredibly in shape. I was like 6'2", I think 175. Like I was just brolic as fuck. Like I was huge. Like,
That is that is so much.
but when you're 16, you don't care. It's
No,
all
I
about that booty.
I might have done it too. Um, craziest thing. I mean, oh, I didn't do anything like that. Like, I'm a pretty low effort guy. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if I have to do a whole lot to like get your attention, I feel like I am like putting myself down to like lift you up, and I'm not about that. You know what I mean?
Okay, I got you.
And I've been like that since an early age. I've just always, I don't know. I have this thing about me where I just instantly feel like people are against me, and I need to like, feel them out and kind of like stay in the background and like, I don't know, just feel like if people really want to hang out with me, then I'll like go hang out with them. But my default is people don't like me. Like I don't know why. That's how I live my life. Um, and so with girls, I've never done anything crazy like that. One thing I did do, I was going over to my girlfriend's house. I think she was my ex at the time, and her parents were gone, so she invited me over, and I was like, yes, like let's
Yes.
go. You
Yeah.
get the text, and oh, this is so embarrassing. I was 20, probably 20 on the dot, or 19, and I had my phone open, and I wanted to watch some videos on the way over. I was getting ready for the moment. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Looking back, I'm cringing like, oh my God. But I was almost there. I was like 5 minutes away, and I opened up my phone to watch a video, and I've heard moments of people doing stupid stuff like this, and I've always thought like, what kind of idiot would do that? And apparently I'm one of them. So I'm watching the video, and it's a red light. I'm sitting at a red light, and cars are turning. They're turning. I'm just waiting. For whatever reason, out of the corner of my eye, I feel like I see green. And instead of like looking up to see green and double check, I just start going. And I look up, and the cars are still turning. My light is red. And I'm in my dad's car this time. I'm in the Durango, and there's a car like turning here, and then another car behind him doing the same thing, and I split the gap of the two cars. I did not hesitate. I did not slow down. When I looked up, I knew the situation I was in, and I gunned it harder because I saw the gap. And sure, like I got away with it, but that was the dumbest thing, like one of the dumbest things I've ever done.
Yeah.
And all
Yeah.
because I was excited. Not like I already got the girl, but because I was too excited to contain myself before I got there, I guess.
Yeah.
That's one of the stupidest things I've ever done.
Or the day I wrecked my dad's like Mustang that he bought, and it was a high quality like Mustang, right? I had one. It was like a 2001 Ford Mustang GT Cobra, right? But his was different. It was like a GT 500, right? So he let me borrow it. Take my girlfriend out to stomp, right? She pops titty out. I get excited. I'm like, "Mommy milkers," you know what I'm saying? I get excited. I'm trying to suck on a titty. Okay, we're on a country road, and I'm going over. I'm leaning over,
Yeah.
sucking this titty, and and I overcorrected. I felt my hand slip, overcorrected, and ran like into the ditch, into a tree.
No, you crashed your car, bro.
Yeah, well, not mine, my dad's. But hey, what was the excuse? What did I say?
You saw a deer, right? You saw.
I saw a deer magically.
I knew it. That's the go-to. You saw a deer. That's the only way you're getting out of the way of this.
That's
The
it.
only. Did he believe it?
Saw a deer, overcorrected, ran
Did he
into a
believe
tree.
it?
That's it.
But did he believe it?
Uh, I don't think so. I don't think any adult, what they knew was they thought I gunned it around a turn or something like that and overcorrected and let it in a ditch.
Thought you were trying to act cool in front of a girlfriend or something.
Yeah, not stuck
Yeah.
on the titty.
It's still better than that.
Yeah.
I mean, I also, same girl. We went to the parking lot of our school because it was open and dark, and I just figured, we'll just park in the middle. We'll blend in with the darkness. Nobody goes there. We'll do our thing because sometimes you just don't want to be in the house of your parents while you're doing your thing. And so we were there, and a car drove up, and it kind of like its lights like went past us as it was turning, and I was like, oh, I didn't see anything. Like, don't worry about it. It's just one car. It's like one car. There's no way. 5 minutes later, another car starts coming up this windy hill, so you can see you have plenty of time to see that there's a car coming towards you because we are like the top of the hill, and it kind of like winds up towards it.
Right.
And this cop comes, and he like parks kind of in front of us and shines this big old beam on us, like huge beam, and it was bright, bro. And I was just like, oh, damn it! Like, and I didn't know. I found out actually while talking to him that you can actually get arrested for that.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could get arrested for having sex in your car in a public area.
Yes.
So he told me this, and what's really bad about this is it was the second round. We'd been there for a while, and I already had a used condom filled outside of the car door. Like I had used it, and I just dropped it outside of the car door and was going for round two. And the officer walks up, and he was close enough to have stepped on it. I don't know if he did. I don't know if he even saw it, but like
on the boot. On the boot.
He knocks on the window, and he's just like, "What's going on?" And I was like, "Sorry, man." I just said sorry. I was just like, sorry. And he was like, "Anywhere else, man? Anywhere?" And I was just like, don't know. And then he like looks at her, and she's such like she loved me, and like I loved her too for that time, but like she was just really bubbly and cool. So he looks at her, and he's like, "Ma'am, are you all right?" And she's just like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And I was just like, oh, God, like at least, she wasn't like, like, "Yeah, I'm fine," like made it awkward or like sketchy, but like,
yeah,
I was just like, all right, cool. But yeah, I almost got arrested.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty good. I had, man, I don't know if I told you this story. Third grade TA, right? I was a third grader. We had this teacher's assistant, student teacher, and I was sitting there and I was like, man, this girl's absolutely hot. Miss Shimoleski was her name. And man, she was gorgeous, blonde hair, perfect smile, everything. 10 out of 10. All the boys crushing third grade, making drawings for her, bringing it up to her. We're like, check out my drawing I made for you, Miss Shimoleski. Please date me.
Okay. In third grade?
Third grade, I swear to God, everybody was tripping over this girl. And so, I stay in I move, on. I obviously graduated third grade. She was no longer there. But I guess she stayed in the local area. You know what I mean? Um, and became a teacher somewhere else. Well, she happened to be out one night, and she was with people that I went to school with that were my teachers. So teachers all connect together somehow. I don't know if it's a Facebook group or some shit. But uh, they go out, they're celebrating this woman's divorce party, you know,
Okay.
and they go out to this place called the Neon Cactus, has a piano bar, playing hip hop music, la di da da. Imagine this, like 40-year-old women out there on the dance floor and shit. And so I know who these women are. And I go up to Mrs. McElrath, who was my like sixth grade teacher, right? And
Okay.
I'm like, what are you guys doing out? La di da di da. Let me buy you drinks. They had 32-ounce mugs back in the day for 75 cents. You could fill it up with rum and
Damn.
coke, whatever you want, dude. Thirsty Thursdays. And so I filled up all of them mugs like 3-4 times, whatever it was, right? And then I noticed one of the girls, and it's Miss Shimoleski. And I'm looking at her, she ain't married. And I'm like, I'm about to bag this.
How
And
old are you?
me,
Yeah.
like freshly 21.
Okay.
Freshly
Okay.
21.
Okay.
And man, I was talking to Miss McElrath and stuff, and I was like, man, we gotta get out of here or whatever. I'm gonna, you know, drive her home or whatever, just make sure she gets all right. Because you guys are gonna head this way. We will head this way. And so that was the perfect plot. And so I ended up sleeping with my ex third grade TA
No way. You
when
actually
I
did.
became of age. It was like this is an honest achievement unlocked.
Yeah.
100 gamer score
That's a
right then and there.
long, long grind, you know?
Yeah, it took time, but I got it.
That's
You know,
awesome.
it took years, but fuck, I gotta get out of here, dude. I do have okay. So one last thing. So one of these jobs that I'm looking at, right, is in maintenance, right? And so I would be in charge of like fixing things, other things like that, stuff that I'm familiar with. Okay. Cleaning, other things like that. And so the hours of operation for that would be 4:30 to midnight 30, right? And so, but the cool thing about it is I'm not in charge of anybody, and I work by myself, and I
Okay.
and I don't have to deal with the general public, right? Because part of my frustration of being in management is that I'm in charge of other people, and sometimes I can't control what those people do,
Right.
and then it reflects on me. And I don't want that sort of pressure anymore. I kind of just want to go into work. I want to, unless it's making pizza, I don't necessarily want to be a manager, right?
Right.
And so this was one of the job options that I had. And so I don't know if that would be a smart move, like, or not. Again, I don't necessarily like the hours. I don't necessarily like the hours, but dude, I wouldn't be responsible for anybody for the first time in like 15 years, you know. I don't know if you think that would be a wise decision, but I would go in at 4:30 at night
So you would go in at 4:30 at night
and work until
and then work
12:30.
till, so that's still an 8-hour day. Do you get a break?
Yep.
Okay. So, and maintenance. So what are you maintaining? What are you doing?
County buildings, other things like that. So I would clean, I would fix like equipment there, other things like that, like
Yeah.
elevators,
What's the pay? Is it hourly? Is it salary?
the salary.
Okay. What, above like 75 or at 75?
Give or take. Yeah.
I mean, sounds solid, honestly.
But the biggest thing is that I'm not in charge of anybody.
That's
You
a
know what I
good thing.
mean? And I'm just by myself, bro. I can crack earbuds in,
Yeah.
go to town,
hmm
because ain't nobody there at that time of night.
Is it kind of like you set your own schedule too?
No. That's the
Okay.
schedule. That's what it is.
So there's always going to be something to be repaired,
Or yeah, because it's for the entire county.
or at least I guess watched over and checked on or whatever.
Right, right. So providing maintenance, and then uh, you're talking like, um, dude, you're talking about the whole county, like everything, like whether it be, different. There's like 9 different buildings that I would basically go to, and be in charge of.
I like it. I mean, I just wonder because you're like you love teamwork and stuff like that. I wonder if eventually you'd kind of be like you'd get to the same point. But I mean, ultimately, that's what people do is they over adapt or they try to stupid bug they adapt in some way,
Right,
so recently you got fired because some people that you were managing weren't doing their job and that reflected poorly on you, so now you're going to adapt in a way to where you don't have to be put in a situation similar, and that's
right.
so for better or worse that's what you're going to do, period.
Plus, I get government holidays off. you
Yeah.
know. So President's Day, Labor Day, Christopher Columbus Day.
Heck
Uh,
yeah.
oh, we voting this year? Yeah, I'm off that day. 4th of July, everything like that. So if it's a government holiday, I get it off. Plus, I get a very generous like vacation schedule, right off the bat. It's one of the things I was pondering, and I just wanted a kind of outside opinion
I
because
mean, you don't have anything now. You can always do it. See if you like it. Quit if you don't. We're in an era right now where they need workers. So it's
uh,
in your benefit to job hop right now. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
And businesses may not like it, but screw them. Like this is about you finding a happy place for you. That's all it is.
right. So I have 2 interviews tomorrow. So we'll see. I mean, I've already had 2. I've gotten 2 job
You,
offers,
what are they for? Similar things?
similar things, and then food service. One in food service to be a GM at a
Gotcha.
place that I worked previously.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, um, yeah, I'm kind of interested to see where this goes. Like, I could see myself getting 4 different job offers, which is
Yeah.
great. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could really do that. Like, that would be awesome.
Hell
But
yeah.
another thing that I looked at with the maintenance one is that it would give me time during the day to focus on my health, to do the things that I want to do, like trying to get in shape, other things like that. Like I could go like the gym, I can go on my bike rides again, other things like that. I would have more wiggle room. But
Yeah.
the side of that is I wouldn't see my kids as much.
Yeah, you're just gonna need to get used to that cycle of sleep too, because you're gonna be getting home probably around 1:30,
Yeah,
and then you're gonna need to try your absolute best to go to sleep ASAP so that
yeah,
you can wake up at a decent time in the morning to actually do the things you want to do before you have to go into work. And ultimately, you're probably gonna want to do the things you want to do, come home, eat, and nap before you go back to work.
yeah, yeah. And it'll give me a chance to actually focus on what I want to do, like the art of things and other things like that. Like, and trying to do that. Like that is something that is absolutely intriguing for me, you
Yeah.
know. Um but yeah, thanks, Arrow. It was nice chatting with you guys tonight or whatever. Um I don't think I need luck. I think I just need, to sit down with these people. Because generally if you get me into the room, like I'll be able to navigate the interview process pretty well.
Yeah.
Um but I mean we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully they like me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I know you don't need luck, but I wish you luck as well, man.
yeah, yeah,
Just
yeah. For
in finding a job, like we know you're gonna get a job, but like good luck in finding something that you like.
Right. And that's probably the most important thing is just trying to vibe with what I'm doing and going from there. But yeah, thanks for hanging out tonight. I really needed to hang out with somebody. Uh, you know, it was very good, very
Oh yeah.
conducive mentally for me. So
Anytime, man.
um, yeah, and then yeah, same time next week. I'll work rather hard on getting a guest. Um, I do have free time during the day, talk to
Yeah.
people, to join spaces and other things like that. So,
Yeah,
um,
I have some people that I've been talking to. The biggest thing recently has been the time zones. So many people have been like, I can't do Monday at 9. And I'm like, I get it. So there's gonna be some videos. I'm working with talking with Wi-Fi. They should be on either a video next week or the week after. It's got to be a weekend. I work with them, and then somebody else I'm talking with as well. Sorry that I can't shut you out because I can't remember. But yeah, I got it in the book. I'll have to go back. But I've got some people that I would have had on. But yeah, time
yeah,
zones.
yeah. Well, look forward to it. Again, I'll talk to some people this week. We'll see what we can do as far as getting people on, and then we can kind of go from there. Hey,
Okay.
student loan forgiveness.
Yeah, I saw there's a deadline December, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
and Pell Grants. So there's Pell Grants as
I
well.
didn't do a Pell Grant. What do you mean? Like I can get a Pell Grant if I'm going to college?
Well, so there was like another 10 grand that if you took out Pell Grant money, then you would get reimbursed for that particular style of loan. Another 10 grand for any payment that you made.
I don't
So
think I've done a 10 grand total payments
so
yet.
so I should be getting back a little over like 3K.
Okay. I
But,
think I've
but again, my state is
about
taxing it though. So I will get taxed for the 10,000 plus another
but
3,000.
okay.
But when I plugged in chugged, right, the numbers in there, it's going to cost me maybe $400 or $500, $500, I
Yeah,
think.
no, it's always going to be worth it.
It's like,
It
pff, I ain't worried
yeah,
about that, dude. I
yeah,
ain't worried about that. And my dad's bitching. He's like, well, I'm paying for the tax, da, da, da. And I'm like, shut up. You're going to have to anyway. It doesn't
yeah,
matter. They will find a way to raise your taxes. Like that's what they're going to do, dude.
yeah. It's
It's
unfortunate. It sucks, but like it's not going anywhere, you know. I don't know.
but
You
I'm
can
paying on the income of it. Like I'm paying the income tax for it. It's considered claimed income.
yeah.
So, at first I was like, "Oh, that's going to be so much," and then I looked at the logistics of it, and I'm going to get taxed on a state level and a county level. The county level is like $6, $7. It ain't anything.
Yeah.
But statewide, that's what will get you a little bit. But it's only like $600, and my student loans are all paid for. Don't have to worry about a single thing.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah, I
I'm
know a lot of people. Like, I have some friend that hit me up, and he's like, "Bro, I paid all my student loans. Like, there's nothing for me." And I was just like, "I'm sorry, bro. Like, I don't, I don't think so."
luck
He's
of
just
the
like,
draw.
"That's
I
some
paid
bullshit."
for
Like,
I paid for over 5 years.
yeah.
At like $1,700 a month. So
Look,
take
like,
that and tell me that it's not worth it for me. Go ahead.
no, my point of view. I mean, I don't even think I'm gonna get it. Like I said, obviously, I wish I did. I'm gonna try to get it, but I don't care, man. Like, if I paid it and I'm good, why would I be mad that somebody else can get it for free? You know what I mean? It's
No.
just like I get the point of view. I understand your mentality. I understand where the anger comes from, but I'm gonna choose not to have that. It's like, in my opinion, I think of it like if I'm playing in stocks and I lose that day, but my homie wins, it's like I'm not gonna be mad that he won and I
Right.
lost. I'm just gonna be happy for him and mad at myself. Like, it is what it is.
Like I no, I don't I'm not trying to be too controversial, but like I have a problem when we outsource money to other countries.
Yeah,
At
a lot
least
of
this
people
is
have a problem with
going
that.
to Americans, you know what I'm saying, to help out the American economy, the American man or woman, you know what I'm saying? Like people that are inside this country,
Yeah,
right? I'm gonna bitch a little bit about the 865 billion or
to the Ukraine.
865 million that was given off to other countries who are now officially winning the war. You know, it
Yeah.
just I don't get me wrong, like I'm all for helping the less fortunate and other things like that, but there
To
comes a
be
time
honest, though, I don't think those things are actually like working like they say. You know what I mean? Like, I talked to my friend who he builds these windshields that are like reinforced for fighter jets or something like that. and he talks about it. And he's like, when you see these deals for like sending money to the war or whatever, he's like, that money goes to people like me, like my jobs, where I'll build these windshields. And he's like, because they have these things like stacked from like 2012 or whatever in warehouses, like, and I'm building more of them. He's like, we can give these away and have people like me just build more of them. And those
Right.
things cost money from 2012, 2017 or whatever it was. And they can, say that they're worth this amount. And that's what we're actually sending over. And then
Right.
the money is actually being pumped into the United States.
Right.
But I don't know how accurate that is. That's just what he told me.
I mean, yeah, it's probably based on contracts and other things like that, which you can buy government contracts. Have you ever watched the movie War Dogs?
I was just gonna say, yes, I saw War Dogs like 2 weeks ago. I watched it for the first time.
It's a good movie.
I saw it because that scene where who's the short fat actor, the funny one? The main actor, basically.
Yeah, it's not.
You know, but we don't know the name, right?
What is it? Jonah Hill.
Yes, Jonah Hill.
Damn it!
It's so funny because he doesn't play parts like that usually. Usually he plays like the funny guy, which in this role he played a crazy guy, which was kind of funny. But
right.
But the scene that got me into the movie was when he was trying to buy weed, and that
he pulls out
the guys took the money from him, and they just went back to talking, and he's like, "So where's my stuff?" And they're like, "What stuff?"
Yeah.
And he's like,
Oh.
that laugh. And I was just like, "Oh, that laugh! What the heck was that?"
Yeah.
And then he goes out, and he's just like, he's like, "I thought we were gonna hang out," that weird voice, and I was just like, "Dude, this movie looks sick."
That was very good, and the other actor that's in that, man, I totally forget his name for some odd reason. He's in another really good show called Whiplash, which is about drumming.
Oh,
absolutely excellent movie.
I haven't seen it, but I know some of the scenes from this movie. They were pretty controversial.
Yeah. And so, which if you have a chance, watch the ending sequence where it's literally the last scene. It's like 9 minutes long, where he's doing a drum solo.
I think I've seen it.
It is insane. It is insane. So
he tells him to like calm down or whatever, and he just goes crazy.
Yeah. So, but all right, man. I gotta.
All right, homie.
Get out here. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. We've been here 2 hours. I mean, if you didn't remind me, and to be another 3-hour stream,
which is good.
Last 3-hour stream, we got copyright strikes again from. I don't even know what it was, but I had to clip it out of the video. I showed something. Like, I don't know. Like, if I have like.
Am I getting hit by whiplash right now?
No. If I show clips though, like if I show longer than a 10-second clip.
Yeah.
Even with volume off, and even if it's small sized and not full sized, I get hit with that. I don't know.
That's crazy.
You live and you learn. I'm not really bothered by it. In all honesty, I've thought about doing a few streams where I just come on and I'm just like beep 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 beep. Like this is gonna be like a stream where we don't care, and because I want to show music sometimes, and all my music's copyrighted because I use free beats. Right. So like the whole stream is gonna be not able to be replayed, but. I want to have some fun with some people, so I might have like a throwaway stream someday. We'll see.
Yeah, that'd be all right. That'd be good.
I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, Miles Teller. Miles Teller is a very good actor. But yeah, all right, man.
All right, homie.
This is it. Yep.
Appreciate everybody for being here, especially you, Arrow Art, you sexy mother, and Ninja as well. But remember to get outside, see your family, see your friends. Here to make more money so that we can spend more time with them. Until next time, guys. Peace.